Our last in the last lecture, the last video, we make this website in which we are doing some animation. We also make that navigation bar, and here is the code. Here you can see that we have the navigation bar, and then our home link is active, and then the image carousel image, the button is not active. And then we also define some styles here. We define these animation keyframes. Then we define a div animate class where actually this show that div and then it is animating, rotating as well, changing the size, changing the background color. We also specify this navigation background color as well. And then we also have this image where we just put that what you can say that the image the navigation bar. Okay, so let me click on that. Now we want to work, and then now again, if you see that it is only showing me the color from the bootstrap rather than the color that we have specified. So the reason behind this is that we have not specified the first of all, we didn't link our we need to create a link for our css file, that style.css. And then once we have created that link, we also have not specified the background color. So I think it's bg-nav, and when we specify that, now you can see that it is showing me the background color on the carousel image as well. But right now still our home button is active rather than the image carousel. So link, so we need to do, I need to remove that active style from the home. I want to put it here in this one. And then in this way, if I just go back here, now this is active. And now I can see that when I'm home, now I'm on the carousel, image carousel page. Now I'm on the home page and so on. So, so now how we can implement the carousel? I took the liberty, I just added a few images here. If you look at that, we have these images. Inside the images folder, I create another folder called carousel. And then in the carousel folder, I put 4 images here. Okay. So these images we want to show as a slide inside our image carousel.html file on this page. So how we can, I just open the google.com and then I search for the bootstrap. When I go to the bootstrap home folder, we come down here. Here you can search for the carousel. When I press enter, it directly me take to the documentation of the carousel. And then here are some basic example. Then also they give me the code. So example here we have these slides, which 3 slides here, and then it will show me. If you look at that, we have this div. Everything is inside this div, which is ID. ID has been given to this one, and then we also say the class is the carousel and the slide. And then we are saying that we have these carousel inner. Okay, and then in the carousel inner we have these 3 images. Right now the source is not specified, so that's why it is actually showing me this 3rd slide and so on. And then we also have this carousel item, 2nd carousel item. This is the 3rd carousel item. So this is the what you can say that contain this div, which is carousel inner, contains the images. Okay, so each image is here, this one, where the div carousel item, and then it is active or this is inactive. So we need to make sure that which one is the active. Only one is the active at the start, and later on it can be it can differ from this one. And then we have the image itself, which source we need to specify which image we want to display over there. And then we are saying that width will be 100%, and it will change that image style to block level element. And then we can also specify the alt if we wanted to. And then this is the 2nd image, then we have the 3rd image, and these buttons at the bottom here, these are the buttons from the next and the previous and next buttons. So these are, you can say that hidden previous, and then we say next. So these are the buttons that are coming on the side of these 2 carousel. Okay, and then we also have the indicators. Indicators is like this. So we have some buttons down there. We can directly jump from the 1st slide to the 3rd one, or the 3rd image from 1st image. So we can jump between any image that we have here. So these are the buttons which are divided here. The carousel indicator, we enclose these buttons inside the div, which is styled as the carousel indicator. And then those carousel indicator are being specified here, these buttons. And then here, the main thing that is we need to specify here, that it will go to the first image. When we click on this one, it will go to the first image. When we click on the second button, it will go to the second image. And then when we click on the third button, it will go to the third image. So actually, based on this, if you look at that here, this is the ID, okay, and this is the ID as well. So this should match. That ID should be exactly the same. If they are not they are not same, then these buttons are not going to work. And the other image, other thing is again bs dash data dash bs dash target in the previous and the next button. They're also representing the same, what you can say, that the same ID which has been defined here in the right, in the top level div, which actually contain all these buttons, indicator buttons, or the previous and next buttons, as well as the so this is the what you can say, the carousel div, which contains everything. So we assign an ID to this one. So these buttons must have the target is equal to the same that ID. If it is not, then these buttons are not going to work properly, and our carousel is not going to behave properly. And then we can also show some text on the top of it. But we can show some text label or write at the top of the image. We can also show that. And we can also say crossfade. So cross carousel dash fade. So when you say of your carousel to animate slide with a fade transition instead of a slide, instead of a star slide, they will fade. Okay, so rather than they slide to the left and right, they will have a fading effect on the when they show the different item. I mean, show the next image instead in place of the previous one. And then we can continue auto carousel. So let's start with this maximum thing where we have the left and the right button, previous and the next button. We also have the caption on top of our images as well, and then we also have these indicators. So what I will do, I will just copy this code which is here, and then I put place that code inside my, after the navbar we want to add what we can say, that we have a carousel images. Okay, and then we can put that. So when I save it, and then if I go back to my page here, now you can see that it say that I don't find these slide, I mean I don't find these images because the images source has not been specified. So let's go with that. First of all, we have this, all these slides are, then we have the indicator. And then if I look at that, this is the image. So let me change that to, my, I say my carousel. Okay, so I say my, and then I say capital C carousel, and then we will see I didn't change it here, it is still remain same. And then I will show you it is not going to work. Okay, first let me show you that it works, and then when I change it, then we will see that it is not going to work. So first of all, I need to change that image here. So I say that images, inside the images folder I have the carousel folder, and then I select the first image, and then we say alternate image one. Okay, and then we can here again in this one I say images, then we have carousel, then the second image, and then inside the alt I say image two. Okay, and then for the third one is here. And so we say images, and then we say carousel, then we have the third image, and then we change the alt as well, image number three, and then we save it. And then we also have these previous buttons and the next button as well. Okay, so now if I just come down here, you can see that I have these three images. We have these previous and the next buttons here. We also have these indicators. We can move between any image based on this indicator. We can also go left, 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 left. It will always circulate around, so show me the new images. And the other thing that we want to display here is the why this slash is coming in. Where is that slash? Yeah, here that slash is coming in. I just remove it. Now you can see that it is sticking to my navbar. Okay, so inside of so far we have done that, but remember that we have the four images rather than three images. So what I can do, what I need to do is actually I have this carousel inner, this div. Inside a div, this is our image part. Okay, yeah, this is our image. So I can do, I can say that this one is active, this one is not active, this one is again not active. So let me copy this last image and then make a copy of this one. And then here again, this is in carousel. Here I need to change to the fourth image. Okay, so I say images, then I go to the carousel and then select the fourth image. And then this is the main same. We change the alternate text, and then we can say this is the third. I will say fourth slide label. Okay, and then we have some representative placeholder for this specific image. I mean, if we want to describe that image, then we can do that. Okay, so we have added this fourth image, and I will show you there is some problem. What is that problem? We saved it. And now if you can see that we have three indicators. So we can move around, but as soon as I jump to the fourth image here, now the everything is broken. I now I can't do even I go here previous, no, nothing is working. Why? Because once we go to the fourth image, it is the fourth index value or the index number 3 value, which is extra. So we have not specified the indicator for that one or this these indicator buttons here. So what we need to do to fix that problem, what I need to do, I need to make sure we have four images. Then we also have these four buttons, these buttons. So we, the first button is taking us to the first image, second button is taking us to the second image. It is an index value 1, index value 0, index value 1. Index value 1 means the second image, index value 3, 2 mean the third image. So I need to copy this button and then put it under that one and then make sure that we are fixing that specific index value. Now, because we are talking about the four images, it means that we want to go to the third index image. So I put 3 here, and then here I can also see the label number 4. So I save it. When I save it, and now if I go to the fourth image, again, everything is working properly. And then we also have these four indicator buttons here. When I click here or here or here, I can move around it. Is it clear? Students, everything is okay? Do you understand what I'm doing?
Yes, doctor, it's clear.
And one more thing that I would like to emphasize, I also telling in the other lectures as well, you need to make sure that you turn on your camera and then you are present in the frame, just like I am present inside the frame and you can see me. So the AI system, the Google AI system is trying to identify you, and then it will, based on that identification, it is, marking you present or absent. So it's automatically system. So they send me the automated system send me the attendance report, and in that attendance report it says that you are present or you are not present. So please make sure that you are present inside the frame and that you are visible on the camera, and your camera is on as well. Okay, so you need to make sure that thing. Okay, so once it is set, so we have add the carousel, four images, and then we are also, so if we look at that, we also have this thing that we can say fade, crossfade. So the carousel dash fade, if we do that, and let me do that. So it is rather than, slide, if you come here, it is also carousel dot slide, but it is doing so fast that it is not that much clear. So carousel, can we change the the item proper crossfading? You may want to add a BG body so that you some custom CSS depending on the carousel content. Text only slides. Okay, then we have carousel dash fade. That is what we are going to do. So let me copy this thing. You know, I copy this thing from here, that style, and then put it inside our where is our top level. So we say carousel slide, and then we say carousel fade. So it is a slide as well as fade. So let's see if it is going through or not. So I don't find any difference between that, between these two things, not at least visually. And then we also have the carousel auto playing. So whenever you are and load your page, it automatically start doing that. It automatically starts sliding the images. So we have this thing that we need to add data dash bs dash write, and then when we copy this thing from here, and then inside after the, it is not a class that or style that we are applying, it is a separate property data dash bs dash write, and then we say carousel when you do that, and then you come back here, and then it should be working. Okay, so it should be, let me reload that page and then wait for some time, does it make that changes or not. So I think that it is taking a little longer time before it can move to the next image. Yes, no. Do you have any question? Because we are waiting for that one. If you have any question, then you can ask me about that carousel thing. And then I will show you that if I break that, change that, what you can say, that change the ID of that carousel div, then I need to make sure that everywhere, wherever we are using data dash bs dash target, we need to specify that ID over there. Otherwise, the things will not work. Okay, still not working. The same. So what I can do here, I can also go to this one, and then here they also have something like this, the image like carousel item, that, yeah, data dash bs dash interval. Okay, so if I specify the interval here, where is my, yeah, here I specify the interval, and let me say 500. So it is like half a second, we can 500 millisecond. So if I do that, and now you can see that it was automatically, if I just reload it, it is going. Yes, please, gone, save. Let me one time interact with it. Yeah, it is now moving very fast between that, so it is automatically, because I have decreased that interval to half a second. So in half a second, after every half second, it is going to the new image as well. So you can see that if I go here, it is going to do that animation for me, and then it is going to take that. So when I load that image, we are, yeah, so once it started, it start doing. But in the beginning, just like a delay thing. So there is some delay. After that, it start, and then once it is started, it is going on. It is, it does not. It's to go very quickly, and then maybe we can increase the that interval value to maybe 800. So when I do that, so you can see that it is again going on a little bit slow as compared to the previous one. So that is the interval. So what else we can see inside our carousel documentation? Uh, without controls. So look at that. Without controls mean that we don't have these indicators. We don't have the what you can say, that the next and the previous button. So what I need to do, I just need to make sure that these buttons, these indicators, they are commented. So if I just comment that thing, then we don't have these indicators, and then the last buttons, which are the buttons for the next and the previous, I also make them comment. So when I save them and then go back, now I don't have anything, that I can move. So it is moved automatically by the system itself according to that style. It will wait for some time, and then once it will start it will continue that. After every 800 millisecond, it will. Yeah, let's go do it. Yeah, it started. So now it started. So yeah, it is yeah, like working on it. And we don't have any control on it, that we can move to the next or the previous or the next automatically based on the whatever the interval that has been specified. It will move between different images. Okay, so this is another thing. Of course, if we want these buttons, then we can just comment them, these buttons, and then we can see that these buttons are here. And if I do that, now I don't have the indicator, but I have these next and the previous buttons, and using that I can move between the between different the other thing that we may specify is we can change these labels. So it is a first image. So if I say that when I save it, so it is refresh. So it is a first image. So we can say we are looking at a grass field or some countryside, and then we give some descriptions here. We can write down here, and let me see. It is a look here. It is say that carousel caption, and then the done, and then the empty block. So block level element, and then we have a in five in it we the title is a heading 5, and the paragraph that we write about these something. So in each image we have this div, and if you can see that we have the same div here as well in the second image. You know, this is the which one is the first? This is the first image. So this is the first image, and then inside the second image we also have the same kind of things. Rather than I say first slide label, we have a second slide label, and then we have some representation. I mean, we need to write some text here, and then similarly for the third one, and similarly for the fourth one. So we have all these labels here. Okay, what else we can do here? Let me quickly take up the. Okay, if I want to rotate that logo, this logo I want to rotate. So if I want to rotate it, so what I need to do, I need to come down here inside my style, and then I say we want to add the rate of key indicate frames, and then we need to say uh, brand dash image dash animate, and then here I say uh, from transform, and then we say rotate 0 degree to. Okay, from, and then I think that we are putting, then we say to, and then we can say that transform, and then we say rotate 360 degrees. So we are starting from the 0 degree rotation to 360-degree rotation. We want to apply that one. And then let me style, we say uh, nav dash band dash image. So this is a nav band. On the navigation band, we have a sorry, not brand, we say brand image, and then here we want to specify this. For example, we can say the height is equal to 35 pixels, and then we can say that animation. We can say animation and name is the same as the brand dash image dash animate, and then we have the infinite, and then we don't want to do anything else. And then what I need to do here, we go into the index.html file, and then on the image, we also apply that style. So we have a nav dash brand dash image, and when we save it, and then let's see, it is working, but not the image is not moving around. So let me remove this thing from here, because now we don't need, because we have specified that height inside the style. This one is not. Let me check one more thing. If we can put the position, not padding, position as the relative, and then save it. Does it work? No, it is not working. Okay, let me, what you can say that. Okay, so let me, what I want to do here. I want to make that brand image, or maybe I can say not a brand image. I can just say that image, remove that thing, and then because I'm inside the, what you can say that div container, so maybe I can put that one, this brand, and then I put this one inside. I control X from here, and I say div, and then I close it. And then inside the div, I put it my. So if I, because I have removed the styles on it, so let me put that one here, class, and then I say we have this style nav dash image. So I say nav dash image. I space save that one. Okay, so why it is okay? So it is not applying that style on the, because we are saying that this nav image, and then here we say specify the style is 35 pixels, but let me put the height here as well as a 35 pixels. So let's see, now it is there. Now we have that. So let me check. We are talking about the transform 0 degree to 360 degree. So it should, and then we are, let me put it 3 times and then see if it is working. No, it is not working. I mean, for I need to check that why this one is not working. So I will see that how why. But if I just for example, let me put another, what you can say that I just where is my I go here, and then I have this height is equal to this. Again, I width is equal to 35 pixels, and then I also try to make not relative, and then we can say that we want to have the background color is equal to what, purple, and then we can see that it is applying all those things. But why not the animation? Because here we are applying the animation, it is animate 5 seconds, 2 seconds delay, 4 times. Okay, so maybe I can, okay, so let me check in a different way, animation name, that is our brand image animate. Okay, so I can put that one. Then I say animation duration. Then we can say that, oh, we are not putting the duration part over there. So maybe that is the reason. We are just saying that how many rotate, but it is we are not specifying the let's see. Uh, so now you can see that we were not putting that rotate the duration. So we can put that one, and then animation count, iteration count, and then I say infinite. When I say infinite, then it always continue that specific. And of course, we don't want to put that background color here, though that we can see that our logo is actually, you know it is moving around. It is take 5 seconds to finish that, and then it will continue, and then this one. So that was the problem, that we are not specifying the duration. By default, I think it's taking zero duration or something like that, and that's why it is not doing for that one. So now you can see that even our, we can rotate, we can apply that thing over there. And then if I do the same thing here as well, I think now I don't need to put that, what you can say, that image inside the dev class as well. So I can just remove that div here. Okay, and then put it here. And then rather than I put this one, I just say that we have this nav dash image style, and then we need to put it on the home, because on the image on the other, we didn't apply that thing. So let me copy this image from here and then put inside the navigation bar of the other page as well. So this is our image. I put it here, and now if I go to the other image as well, our brand logo, or the logo or the brand image is actually rotating itself. It is doing that, the animation. So one more thing that I want to discuss, we have this final link. So maybe I want to link it to something else, an external link. So how we can do that? We can come to that navigation link. Right now there is nothing. So I say https:// www.psu.edu.sa, and that rather than having the link, we say PSU, and we need to make sure that which specific page we are. So we are in the image, so we need to update in the index as well. So where is that index file? So here is a link. I just copied from the other page and put it here. So now if I just stay here, it is taking me the, okay. So what is doing? So yes, we have the nav link. So we copy this thing, and then we can put it here. Here. So we can refresh our page. So we can here, we can see the PSU. When we click on that one, it will open that image in the page. So I mean, again, we don't want to go away from our own website. If we are opening an external, we want to open that inside a separate tab or new tab. So we can say target underscore blank, and then the same thing we need to do in the other page as well. So here we can say that target underscore blank. So now you can see that we have done that. So we come here, our logo is animating. We also have this div which is animating, and then we also have the image. Then in the image we can see that after some time it will start auto sliding, or and then we also have this PSU. So when you click on the PSU, it open a new tab and then open the PSU website for us. Okay, so maybe I can, what else we can do? We can show some table data. So let me put some data table here. So how we can do that? Let me quickly. Okay, remember we had a quiz this week. So let me solve that table for you. So if I remember correctly, we have the name, then we have the. Let me open up that quiz that we did, and then we can solve that together. Okay. And then where is that assessments, and then the this one, and then we have this quiz. So let me quickly bring up that quiz for you here in the image, and then we can solve that problem. So we have this. First of all, let me go and see these things. So first of all, the size of the inline element is according to the size of its contents. If the size of the I can say that if the contents are bigger, then the size will be bigger. If the contents are smaller, then the size will be smaller. Which of the following is a semantic tag? So these are the normal tag: hyperlink, paragraph, bold. So this tag is actually our semantic tag. Then we have what is the role of the TCP. So it established, identify the computer, HTML, no. So it is the establish a dedicated link between the two computers on the internet. Okay, so this is what the correct answer here. Then we say which of the following is a method of specifying a color value in the HTML. So we can specify the color value with using a name, red, blue, green. We can also say that RGB method or hexa value. So it means that we can specify the color using all of them. So correct answer is all of above. It is recommended to write the style tag within which the following tag. So I mean, I'm asking you that in which tag it is recommended to write the styling information. So it is always the head. We normally put this information inside the head. So style tag. Okay. And then which of the following is the correct way to specify the border for the paragraph tag? So we have a paragraph tag, then we apply the style equal to, then we say in the double quote, we put it border, and then we specify the width, then we say style, and then the color. So this is the correct way to specify the colors. Because if we say border equal to, no, border is always comes inside the style property. And then again here the problem is that we are using the colon, but rather than we need to use the equal sign here and colon sign here. So these are not right. The other, let me see. So we have the head tag here, but we did not started it. So it means that we need to add the head tag here right after the HTML. Again, this is also the problem here. An underline. This is also an underline. You can say that because we are the head opening head tag is missing. The again, this one is also the color underline. So we only need to have the color, not the so if I just try to, we don't need this txt. I just color the color called red, so that is specified. What else? We also have the in the href, we write these href value inside the tag, not outside of the tag as a content. So it should be this value, this one underline, this should come after that a tag, before that angle bracket. Then we also have this one, this list item. So it should be li, just like the milk. It should be li, not the list item. Again, closing the li. So I can underline that thing as well. you know so these are some errors. What else? I'm missing some. Is I am missing anything here? We have a div opening and closing. We have a H1, H1. We also have, look at here. We are not putting that slash before the H1. We need to put it over there as well. I think that's all the errors that are there. So we need to identify the error and then correct it. Okay, the next one. So we want to create this specific table. So let's do that. I mean, of course, we can come back here, and then after in the index.html, after that h1 tag, paragraph tag, we put a table, and then inside the table, we need to do that. And then here we also have, if we look at that, we have the caption, the students table. So we need to put that caption here. So I say caption and then close it, and then we say students table. And then we can also say we have a t head, and then inside the t head we have a th, and then why it is not coming up? Yeah, th. And inside the th, we have the department, and then we have ID and then name. So I can just make 3 copies. I say department, and then here I say ID, and then I say name. And then if you look at that, we are specifying these th should have the background color gray. Okay. So when I say gray, so let me specify the styles here. We can specify. I mean, in the quiz, I asked you to write the internal style. So you can just come in the head, and then we say style. And then here I say th, and for the th, I want to specify the background color. I say LIGST light gray. We have the gray color here, light gray. Okay, let me do something this now, light gray, whatever that it is. So if I just come back to our here, so now you can see that I can see that colors are actually becomes according to that one. Then I also have this one, the requirement that this table size should be 70% of the page. So what I can do, I can define a table, and then I say width is equal to 70%. When I do that, and then I need to open my page. So now you can see that I can see my page is actually the width is actually this one. And then what I need to do into my here, I just say that I need to add t body, and then inside the t body I have a tr. And the other thing we are missing here, I'm also making mistakes. So these ones should be in the tr, not in the standalone th. So they are in the row. Okay, so we have row, and then inside the row, the first one is a th. Okay, the first one, if you just go back here, the first item inside, or the first column, it should be a th, and then I need to put is here. And then we have the td, and I can put some text, an id value here. And then we have the again td, and then put some name, for example Ali. And then we can close that one, and then we can just try to make the second row. And then remember that if you look at our what you can say that this one is covering the two different rows. When it is covering two different rows, where we save it. So we need to make sure that in that th we are say row span is equal to 2. So in that case, we don't need to put in the second row, we don't need to put that is value over there anymore. Again, we have name Ali, so we say Nasser, so we put it over there. So let me go back to the page. So now you can see that we have a not different, we have a department, then we have ID, then we have a name, and then is actually covering two different what you can say that two different rows, and then we have the values. So the other thing is that we need to specify the what more thing. So I can also say that text align, it should be center. So when I do that, so now you can see that all these values are center aligned. The other thing that we need to do, we are not specifying any borders. So what I can say, so we can define a class here, table dash border, and then we specify the border property, and then we can say that it will be a 2 pixels. It will be what is the style that we have asked for. So it should be, where is the border? Border table around 2 pixels, it's a dash line and should collapse. So it should be a dashed, and then I say black, and then border collapse. When I do that, what I need to do, I need to apply that style on all these, this style on this board. What you can say that here I say class is equal to this one, and then I also say that or maybe I can say something like this, I can say it like here, rather than, specify. I say table, th, td, and td. Okay, so when I specify that, let me see if it is working or not. So refresh now. So I am specifying the border which is the collapse. We had applied these styles on all of them. We have saved it. Yes. So what is missing? So we are putting the table th to background color. Yeah, that is a center line. No problem. That is fine. On the th, we apply this. Okay, why it is not giving me that border? Black dashed and border black, and then we say collapse. We are specifying the class. We don't want to do that. Nothing is happening, but yeah, I mean, we need to specify these things. And the similar thing that we have, if you look at our style, we have a CS department which take the three different students, and then it is covering the three different rows. So let me take this row from here and then put it inside the T body. And now it is rather than IS, it is a CS. And then rather than it is covering the two rows, it is covering three rows. And again, it doesn't matter that how many, what is the value inside the row. So after that one, I can put two rows more. And then if I just go back to my here, we are getting that information. But the point is that why my we are, let me see what we are doing. We need to put a comma, I suppose, after that one. Yeah, that is the reason. So we say table, th, and td, and then we save it, and then we come back here. Now you can see that it is actually showing me the color of the borders as well. So that is how we can solve our quiz that you need to write. And if you look at that, the caption students table is coming down. Why it is coming down? It should be on the top because we are putting, I think that it is by default, the caption is always coming at the bottom. Yeah, so we also apply that caption which is coming at the bottom, not on the top. Okay, so we have a caption. It is again on the left side of the that one. So can I class or text? No. Okay, and yeah, anyway, so we have this caption. If you write the caption, doesn't matter where it is appearing, you will get the marks for that one. So that is the our solution for the quiz as well that we have solved. And then you need to write the code here as well. So you can see that we can apply that inline styling like this. And then for the border, then for the table, we are saying 70% width. And then for the heading, we are saying it should be text align center, as well as the background color will be light gray. So you can say gray, light gray, whatever you have written down, that's fine for me. Okay. And then we have specified this thing. We also animated the, so any questions so far, guys? Do you have any question?
No, doctor, please.
All clear?
Yes, all clear, doctor.
Okay, so tomorrow we inside the lab we will have our practice that you need to finish your lab and then you need to submit in the LMS. So that is all, and let me stop that recording and then I will upload that recording for you guys inside the YouTube channel. So thank you for the